What is up, my Little Deinos? Vepsis, your coach of the Helsinki Hydreigons, and we are here for the AP Academy Week 2 battle when we go up against Shayquaza and his team beat the Dallas Starmies. His roster you can see above my facecam as my own as a comparison. And now we are gonna be going through very briefly my team of 6. If you want to skip this part of the video and you're here to see just the battle in itself, the time link should be popping right about now, around before the goal lurk in itself. So if you want to skip this part of the video, feel free to do so. But now let's just go very briefly my team of 6 that I'm bringing for this. So we're gonna be starting this prep with a choice scarf goal lurk, and this I knew right away that I would be making this set. Why do I want to bring a choice scarf goal lurk versus a team of his? He has a Linoon. I need a ghost type for this matchup that can outpace the Linoon and can revenge kill it in itself, so I don't just get 6-0 swept by a belly drum extreme speed Linoon in itself. I cannot run a reducing berry because it gets access to both seed bomb and throat chop, so I don't want to second guess which coverage he chooses to go for. So I made this choice scarf to be able to deal with that. We are no guard with it. With Poltergeist, high horsepower, close combat and ice punch, we are high horsepower over earthquake because he has a Thwacky on his team, so I want to make sure if I do go for a ground type move, it won't be hindered by that. And thanks to no guard, I am not risking any of these first 2 of my stab moves to be missing at any point of the battle in itself. So that's gonna be our goal lurk. Then we are gonna be bringing physically defensive Eviolite regenerated Tangela with Giga Drain, Knockout, Sludge Bomb and Synthesis. Very simple choice for me. He has a Psyduck 10%, he has a Thwacky, he has a Pikachu, he has a Kabutops. So there are a lot of things that Tangela can help us out this week. So it's gonna be making its debut, and hopefully it's gonna be a good one. And it's a very crucial member in this battle. I have to watch out for some of his knockoff users. Some of them I would never stay in on anyways, like the Incineroar, which is gonna be by far the biggest threat to me. And I don't really have a very good response to it. I have one, but mainly I have to hope that my offense can revenge kill it instead of try to deal with it defensively too well, because I don't really have the proper tools to do that anyways. But Tangela is here, like I said, physical defensive, deal with the some of these bigger threats that it can deal with its thanks to its regenerator and pure grass typing. And then we are bringing our heavy duty boots Talonflame with Gale Wings. We are gonna be having dual wing peak, overheat, U-turn and defog. We have overheat to hit the Dewblade a lot harder, and then I have dual wing peak because this could be my potential lead if I see the Axelgor coming, because there are a little bit of mind games that I will think that comes in this game when it comes to leads. I have seen him leading with a focus as Kabutops when he is facing Galvantula on week 1. But because I'm not bringing Vikavolt on this game, maybe it does deter him to not lead up with Kabutops. So if he has any intentions to try to hazard stack me when I only have 1 remover on my team, Axelgor definitely could be his lead of choice, and hopefully I catch him off guard with Gale Wings priority dual wing peak, which will be taking care of that thing turn 1 as long as I land it. Knock on wood, thanks to the fact that it's a double hitting move, so even a focus sash I can break on the first one and the second one will be killing it. So that is pretty simply the Talonflame. We are naive nature as you saw, and then we are gonna be bringing our Basculin for its debut game. We are running actually a choice specs adaptability Basculin with naive nature because I want my flip turn to do a little bit of damage if I choose to go for that move, but mostly I see myself clicking Surf because he has one water resist on his team, and that is going to be Thwacky if he even brings that thing versus me. So this thing is a very tough for him to switch into. I can expect this thing to get a lot of kills unless he has things that always just outpaces it. But if he brings a lot of speed, I have a Talonflame, I have a goal lurk with Choice Scarf that can outpace some of those things. So we should be good in that regard. And with naive nature, I'm lowering my special defense, so physical hits I can still take at least 1 from his things that aren't called Thwacky or Pikachu. So we should be good in that regard. Really excited for this mon. This is probably the one more that I'm like most excited to use going into this battle, and hopefully I don't have to be disappointed if it's gonna be underperforming into my expectations. But the next member of our team is gonna be fully physically defensive Rocky Helmet Wheezing. Very similar set to what I brought week 1. It's basically the same. And this is there to be kind of like a resistance, if you can even... technically it doesn't resist Incineroar, but this is my best bet to that thing. I'm not bringing Slowking for that, even with a Colbur Berry, it doesn't really help too much. And my other fire resistance is a Solrock, which is also weak to its Dark Stab. So I figured that, well, this thing can switching on it. It's gonna be forcing to take a little bit of chip. This can also switch into something like Duple, and I can pretty much just flamethrow it every single time. I could have gone for Fire Blast, but I'd rather have more PP on my attack, so that's why we have Flamethrower and Sludge Bomb instead in itself. And then I believe the final member of the team is going to be a Southwest Copperazza, coming yet again from the bench with Adamant Nature, Heavy Metal as its ability, and basically with these 4 moves it can hit a lot of things super effectively, or just very hard neutral with its Stab Heavy Slam. Coming on Copperazza, and this is there to be a switching to Axelgor if it proves to be an offensive set instead of has a stacking variant. It's there to help dealing with the Swoopat, which actually can be low-key kind of threatening versus me. It can switch into the Vanillux, because I don't have anything else to really switch into ice type attacks when it has access to Freeze Dry as well. And therefore it's just able to kind of deal with things that I didn't already have on my team of 6 or team of 5 before Copperazza. So that's gonna be the team of 6 I'm bringing, and now we're gonna be jumping to see how the battle turns out. Alright, here we are with the battle with the Shayquaza, and let's see how this is gonna be going. Both of us started our season with a win, so one of us is bound to be on the losing strike for the first time this season. Hopefully it will go well for us, but it's a scary matchup for sure. So he brings the Linoon, the Psyduck, Vanillux, Thwackey, Axelgor and Incineroar. No Kabutops. So I do see the Axelgor then being a very likely lead. So I'm pretty much set then with my lead of choice. And this is gonna be a scary matchup, not gonna lie. Something like Vanillux I at least have an answer for. Switching wise, I do have Defog on Talonflame if I need to ever get rid of those veils. But yeah, I'm pretty much set to go with my lead of choice. For Linoon, I have Choice Scarf Golurk to outpace it. Psyduck, I have my Tangela for. Vanillux, we have Copperazza. Thwackey, I have Weezing for. Axelgor, Copperazza as well, and Incineroar I have Weezing for. His only water resist is the Thwackey, so Basculin can actually do a lot of work in this matchup. But good luck and have fun to Shayquaza. Hopefully we're gonna be having a fun battle. That's mainly what I hope this season to be in AP Academy. Win or lose, I want to have just fun and close battles within a format that I'm not used to be playing thus far, like I've been saying in previous videos when I've been doing so. He leads out with the Spreadsheet, which is the Axelgor. And hopefully this is gonna be an ideal situation that he forgets about dual wing pick. And I'm gonna straight go for that. And hopefully we get rid of this thing turn 1 before it can set up spikes. If he swaps out, he doesn't have good flying resist. Any damage on Incineroar is nice. And as long as he doesn't have Rocky Helmet, I happily take any damage from here. Because I don't have a move actually that breaks my own focus as he does. What did I say about missing that move? What did I say about that? I'm gonna defog these away. I expect him to swap out, like he got lucky in that turn. Water Shuriken. Dear God. Are you gonna get 5 of these right now? Is that what we are dealing with? Okay, at least it wasn't that. That's annoying. This thing should be dead turn 1, but instead I'm half health. I lost my priority, but... oh well. I'll just go into my Copperazza on this turn. This thing should be dead by now. Now the worst case scenario is that if he's like final Gambit, I'm gonna lose a lot of health on my Copperazza, but like... it is what it is. Oh well, we are gonna Heat Crash. Can my controller work? Thank you. He goes for Yawn. Okay. we put him into the Focus Sash range. He's gonna get another layer of Spike, but I probably just let that happen for now, and if this thing goes to sleep, I can try to wake up versus the Vanilluxe. But really annoying turn 1, cause everything went according to my plan, and that thing was Focus Sash, so it would have been dead. But instead, we have half health Talonflame, and we have still 2 layers of Spike on our side. But you know what, sometimes it's better to be lucky and bad, as we know about this game. But I cannot be mad about obviously to my opponent. I'm frustrated at the game, as all of us have gone through these kind of phases when things just don't go in your way. Even when you're planning things perfectly, game is just gonna be like, no, you're not gonna be having this your way. We're gonna be having a difficult way. This is how we're gonna be having it. Cow. This is going to be the Linoon. He's gonna be trying to belly drum, so I'm gonna immediately go into my Golurk and shut this thing down. Just immediately Golurk. Hopefully he's not like Jolly Nature on this thing. I don't see him having any reason to do that. There comes the belly drum. He's probably gonna be pushing his luck here, be like, yeah, this is how we're gonna be playing this game, like everything according to his plan. Now, don't be Jolly Nature, have a lot of speed investment on this thing. I did put a good amount of myself, but this should take care of you. There we go. And this is dead Linoon, and there we go. We prevented that thing to get out of hand, so something went according to my plan, and there's no RNG that can mess that one away from me. Thank you. I'm proud of, at least thus far, how the team is. Like, team and my execution is like it's supposed to be. Now we just hope that no unpleasant surprises happen. No more the RNG will go against me, or hopefully. And there comes the Thwacky. Very simply, I just go into my Weezing on this. Because I get Rocky Helmet chip on it if you U-turn. Which we'll take at this point. I could also go into my Talonflame, but... yeah, now thinking about it, maybe I do go... nah, because 2 Grassy Glide could actually pick it off. I need to get my Talonflame safely in to get rid of these spikes. We have to get it in safely. There are things that I can outpace and force out, like this Thwacky if I get a free swap afterwards in this battle. He does go for the knockoff, and that will force him to take some chip. And because I'm neutralizing gas, I will actually also gain some recovery here from his terrain, which normally I would not be able to do, which is nice. Now, what is your switching into this thing? It's probably the Incineroar, so I'm gonna just Sludge Bomb. Because this thing is also meant to deal with the Incineroar anyways if it comes in on me. If I get a poison off something, that would be nice. Good G. That is the Vanilluxe. Now, I wish I went for the Flamethrower, but hopefully we get some luck in our way. We don't, unfortunately. But we get a little bit of recovery of our own. He doesn't have Hail. Hopefully that's unintentional when something happened in his preparation. Just a little. Alright. Now, that was a good read from his behalf, which I'm okay with. Bacterian Intimidate, yep, sure, that's fine. Like, sure, you forced me to take these, but that's fine. I gained the leftover, well, not leftovers, but like the grassy terrain still. And now I just go back into the Weezing. Where are you, Weezing? There you go. Now I just go back into that, and then I start proceeding Sludge Bombing it. If this is like a Flame Shot set, that could mess me up as well. Like, this one is by far the scariest thing to me. What are you? Parting Shot. That I'm not as worried of. Okay. So now I just need to get my Talonflame in and just to defog. That's really what I needed to do. Granted, I could also use it for speed control still. Here comes this thing which I don't mind. The grassy terrain has been lasting quite a bit. That's probably terrain extender then. But like, that's fine by me. Are you gonna be Slut's Wave on this? Are you gonna be a special variant? You did stay in. At very least. So, what are you, Claire? What kind of set are you? Substitute. Are you like sub-toxic? Is that the set we're dealing with today? Is that lefties or... Okay. So this is probably like a sub-toxic set. Which I don't really worry too much, because I always gain a lot of health as I swap out, and you don't do much damage to me. And I'm breaking your sub with Giga Drain, and that also gives me recovery back. Yeah, it's sub-toxic. Which I don't really worry too much. This thing is only here to come on this thing. If it starts to supping me down, he's weakening himself even further along. And if he doesn't have priority on it, Talonflame outpaces then revenge it. We get a crit, so that definitely should break a substitute. Now, he could be very, very, like, super bulky set that wouldn't break its sub. I don't really mind this too much. If he subs again, that's fine. And I have Synthesis if I have to go for that, but I'll just Giga Drain again. Off the chance he does click sub. But I wonder, what do I need to worry about in the late game currently? Vanillux if it's Scarf. I need to get rid of the spikes. But I already kind of been addressing that as it is. He goes into this, which I don't really mind. Because like I said, any damage is good on this. And it's there to stay. That did decent amount. Because we got a crit. These aren't, by the way, making up for the turn 1 miss. Not by least. So hopefully none of you... I would assume my viewers would understand, like, they realize that what shenanigans matter and which do not. But I'll just go into my Weezing straight out. It's dedicated to swapping on this. I cannot risk anything else at this point. And I do have rest on this if I need to heal up. Which I might have to do. He does go for the Flare Blitz now. This could 2-hit KO me if it's offensive. That looks relatively offensive. So if he 2-hit KOs, so be it. If he doesn't risk that roll, I'll go for the rest. He does go for it again. Hopefully it's a roll that I can live. But we cannot live that. Like, this Incineroar will be a problem now, but... Who do I want to use to check you? Basculin. Bring the Basculin in. Now I want to check, because that Thwacky is terrain extender. Thwacky. Not Eviolite. And I have my Basculin. Ice Beam would kill it straight out here. If I were to go for that. That would be such a good play to get rid of that thing. Let's predict the Thwacky. Come on, give me the Thwacky. Good she. Man, if I click the right move, this thing would be dead. Oh, it didn't cause the... That's why, he does have the proper ability, but because of my ability, I got rid of that. Okay, that makes more sense. Now on this instance, I think I just have to always go into Copperazza. If he goes back into the Incineroar, okay. It will suck for me, but what I can also kinda allow him to do is that he has to take all that recall. But next time around I will go for the Surf then, if this is his initial response. But unfortunately I do give him the Aurora Veil now, yeah. I do give him that now. Now, would I feel like going back into my Talonflame? I don't think it's necessarily, to be honest. If he goes into the... I think I'll attempt to wake up. Because again, any damage on Incineroar is good, and if I force him to take the recall, I'll gladly take it. But no, he goes into this thing. Now, if the Veil is up... If the Veil is up versus my Copperazza, I can still break his sub. So I could do that play right now first to read him to go for the sub. I think I'll go for the Heavy Slam, predicting him to sub, and bank on that I wake up. Okay, he gets me there, unfortunately. So now I'm over predicting too much. I am over predicting too much. But who do I go into now? I mean, I guess it has to be Tangela. That was definitely, like, now I made 2 misplays in a row, tech, basically. So this is turned into a very rough late game, because now I don't deal with the other guy anymore. But honestly, at this point, it's also like, I'm in this part of a position that, yeah, I made a couple of mistakes, but consider this a whole battle without the spikes. I would still be in a good shape to deal with. But now he just goes for the arrow, so I should take this fine. That won't do anything. And even behind the well, like, I'll do a decent chunk to you. Yeah. And I have Synthesis on this. The hail has stopped. I wonder if he has Protect on it. But we go for the Giga Drain. If he goes into the Incineroar, so be it. Nah, he does go for the sub. This won't break the sub, but at least I gain some health. But yeah, I don't know if I ever lost to Shayquaza, but this would be an unfortunate way to lose to him the first time. This would be an unfortunate way to happen. Okay, the Veil at least ended, so he's not likely on it, what I can tell. But I'll just go for the Giga Drain again. He does go for the arrows. Now, if that Vanillux is Scarf, I think that's the one way I can see myself already lost this game. But if it's not Scarf, there's still a way out of this with Talonflame. But I just need to get my Basculin in and just be able to click Surf with it. But I don't have switch-ins for his Incineroar and Vanillux, which is really bad. He might be letting this thing go down, to be honest, as well. Like, does he really need this thing anymore? Not a whole lot. But I'm not gonna be risking at this point. Like, I'll take any damage if he tries to swap out into anything else. He does sub. Next time around I click Synthesis if he keeps doing this. Hopefully I break this up without the Veil being up. I do. So I think on this turn I go for the Synthesis. Well, let's see how much this Toxic will do. I think I can Synthesis still relatively well, so I go for it now. He goes for the sub. He can go one more of those still. But I gain a lot of health in this, which will be worthwhile even with the Toxic racking up. Because right now I just need this Tangela to beat this thing 1v1, and afterwards that if I can keep it around for Thwacky, that's gonna be the other thing I need it for. But now we Giga Train. Pain Split. Okay, I might have to swap out because of that. I might Synthesis and then swap into my Golurk on his Pain Split. Let me check if Pain Split works on Ghost type. It does hit a Ghost type as well. But I do need to regen this, so I think I have to go into my Tidal Wave. I need this regen back and not take this damage with it. But now I know my Talonflame can outpace it. So if this thing does go down, I'll just go into Talonflame to pick it off. He does Pain Split again, which shouldn't give... Okay, it does give some HP for him, but not a whole lot. But now I just Ice Punch here. I think. Yeah, I think I'll just Ice Punch. Just sake of it. Maybe he stays in and ideally I get rid of this thing. I kinda have to play for his choice, because he hasn't really made those kind of plays that I thought he would. But I do need that Tangela still around for that Thwacky. I cannot overlook that as well. Because Talonflame, while it quad resists at hit, if he gets a Sword Dance up, it could pick me off at this point. So I guess I don't have too many things that give that opportunity, unless I have my... Okay, he does stay in. We do leave it on a 6 HP, because Tidal Wave is a freaking champ, man. And we kill up this Psych Dog. Okay. Good job, Tidal Wave. Good job. Unfortunately, I'll have to let you go down whatever comes in, cause you won't be living a Spike anymore. But he does go into Vanillux, which I guess will tell me if it's Scarf or not. That's, I think, what I get basically out of this turn. Just the information. Unless he has Ice Shot, then I don't know. Which, considering it doesn't get too many coverage moves, and it doesn't really need more than Veil and Freeze Dry versus me. And he doesn't get anything to hit Corporazzo, so maybe he does have Ice Shot. Okay, he is not at least Scarf. That's at least what I can get out of this. He goes for the Freeze Dry. Okay. Alright. So now what I can do is that I go into my Ben and I click Surf, I think. Yeah. Let's go to Ben. Ben should be able to kill you at this point, and the Thwacky would take a lot of damage from me if he ever think of swapping into it. And I have Tangela to swap in on the Thwacky if I need to. We go for the Surf, we do outspeed it, so now Ben gets to finally kill the mon that I was supposed to already before. There we go, Ben, we get a critical hit, doesn't matter. We get all these shenanigans, but it doesn't matter. That's how this game is going thus far. Unfortunately, but... we are still in it. We are still in it. This might not be... might not still lost this game. This might be a similar situation as week 1, that things don't go into my way this time around, not in my own fault necessarily fully. And maybe they're still out from this. But I will keep this thing alive, because this does beat the Incineroar 100%. So I just go into my Tangela. That, like, I just can... Basically what I need to do is to let the Talonflame come in on free. Or freely. But let's see what this Thwacky will do. If he's Sword Dance, that would be scary, but... I don't think I could make any other play anyways. He does Sword Dance. So this is where I really need... See, imagine if my Talonflame would not be... Gosh darn it if I lose because of that. This probably does kill my Tangela straight out, so I would have to go into my Talonflame immediately and just overhit. But we're gonna Sludge Bomb, there's nothing else I can do. But this has been a really unfortunate game in some ways. He does go for the knockoff, probably kills me, because that's +2, yeah. So now my hope is that the Talonflame kills this with the overheat. Because if I take these screens off, and if he's Eviolite, it's a roll. If it's not, then we are fine. But we just go for the overhit. Alright, Katniss, I really need you to come through here. The turn 1 didn't go into our way. We do land it, please kill it. Please just kill that thing. Oh, come on. Come on, it was a Eviolite all this time. Did I count everything wrong then? That's really unfortunate. Imagine if those spikes weren't up. I cannot believe that happened. I cannot believe that happened. Because here's the situation. Even if I stayed with the Basculin on the first time, predicted this Sword Dance, basically what would have happened is that I would have lost either this thing or the Tangela anyways. Like, he was always going to get that, but good game to Shayquaza at that point of the battle. Like, it really, like, as much as I don't really want to complain on it, it's so clear how much that turn 1 mattered. Like, even when it happened so early, the whole game would have been different, because I had the Talonflame healthy. It would have not died to that +2 knockoff, first and foremost. My Tangela, and mainly my Tangela, would have actually gained a lot of more HP throughout the battle. And as long as my other things as well. But that's how the game is sometimes. RNG can go against you, and that's the case for us today. Thankfully, we still had the win on our belt from last week, so we're gonna be 1-1 and -2 coming out of this, which is not the worst case scenario. We can definitely bounce back from it. I don't remember who I play next, but it should be popping right about now on your screen, who we are playing for week 3, and then we just have to bounce back. Unfortunately, things didn't go into my way. I really love my prep and the sets that I had, but it just wasn't our day today. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for the week 3 like I said, and I will be seeing you guys.